Hey guys, this is Miss Nelson.
Miss Hall.
And today we are going to be doing notes over does the value make it true? Meaning that if you have a value that you can plug into an equation or inequality, you are seeing if the value will make that specific equation or inequality true. So let's start with our first problem. It says, after first doubling the weight being pulled by a dog sled, the dog sled driver removes 20 pounds. The final weight of the dog is 180 pounds. Write an equation for the initial weight of the sled, then determine if any of these values is a solution. And we are going to be plugging in that the weight of everything is 60, 80, and 100. So first we're going to start with our equation. So there are a couple things that are important in this. First of all, you need to know doubling the weight. That's important. You also need to know removes 80 pounds and that the total weight is 180 pounds. Okay, so all of those are important and they each are going to go into a very specific location in our inequality. So, our equation. So we're going to start with, first we have to double the weight, okay? We don't know what the weight is, so we're going to put a W as a placeholder. So it's 2W. Remove means you're going to take away, so minus 20. And this is right here, whenever you see is in math, that means that that is going to be your answer. So my answer is 180. So if we break it down into words, it says first we double the weight, and that equals remove the weight, and you are going to remove 20 pounds. Okay, so first we're doubling it, and then we're going to remove the extra 20 pounds that the dog sled driver originally took off. So there's our equation. So now we're going to start plugging in and see which one of these values makes it true. So right here, I'm going to rewrite my equation with the values plugged in. So 2, instead of W this time, I'm going to put my first value, which was a 60, minus 20. Now I want to see if it still equals 180. So I do 2 times 60, which is 120, minus 20, and it's supposed to equal 180. 120 minus 20 is 100. Because 100 does not equal 180, this is not true, meaning that the value of 60 cannot be a solution to this equation. So if I go to the next one, 2 times 80 minus 20, and let's see if it equals 180. So 2 times 80 is 160. So then I do the math. 160 minus 20 is 140. And obviously that does not equal 180. So again, this is not true. And so that means that 80 could not be a solution to this equation that we have. So our last one, we're going to plug in 100. So 2 times 100 minus 20 equals 180. 2 times 100 is 200. If we subtract 20, that does equal 180. So because 180 equals 180, this value is true. Okay, so this is the only solution that could be plugged into our equation that will get you the correct answer of 180.
Okay, let's go to our next example. At Gas and Wash, gasoline sells for $4 a gallon. Ooh, let me get that on there. And a car wash is $12. Henry wants to have his car washed and keep his total purchase under $60. Write an inequality to represent the number of gallons of gas he can purchase, then determine if any of these values is a solution when he uses 10 gallons of gas, 11 gallons of gas, and 12 gallons of gas. So first thing we want to do is write the inequality. Okay, so we have 4 gallons, $4 a gallon. And whenever you're writing an equation or inequality, when you have a, when you something, or per, or each, or every, you know that is going to be your coefficient, meaning that is the number that is attached to your variable. And a car wash costs $12. This $12 is your constant. That is, you're only going to pay that one time. You're only going to have one car wash. So he wants to wash his car and keep the total under $60. That's your other piece of information that you need to have. So let's write our inequalities. So we have 4G plus 12, and then we know it's 60. We do not want it to go over 60, so we are going to, so it's going to be 4G plus 12 is less than 60. Can it be equal to 60?
No, because he wants it under $60.
Under 60. So make sure you pay attention to those keywords that are in your equation or in your word problem when you're writing equations and inequalities. So what this means is 4 times the amount of gas is less than, remember we talked about signs last week, and you have a foldable about that. Total purchase is plus $12 for the car wash. So now let's plug and chug. We have our inequality. We're going to use these three 10, 11, and 12 up here to put in for our gallons. So first we have 4 times 10 plus 12 is less than 60. So 4 times 10 we know is 40. 40 plus 12 is 52. Is 52 less than 60? Yes, it is. So 52 could be a possible solution for this answer. So now let's try 11 gallons of gas. So 4 times 11 is 44. 44 plus 12 is 56. Is 56 less than 60? Yes, it is. So this is could also be a possible solution. Now we're going to do 12 gallons of gas. 4 times 12 is 48. Plus our 12. 48 plus 12 is 60. Is 60 less than 60? No, it is not. So he can only get a maximum of 11 gallons of gas and still stay under his 60 total. That's it. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay,